CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Canada's Prime Minister today is accusing President Trump of launching a trade war. He's responding to tariffs put on Canadian goods being imported here. Trump responded by threatening to impose even larger tariffs. This is expected to come up tonight in President Trump's joint address to Congress. CBS News Miami's Natalie Brand has the report from Capitol Hill.
25% tariffs are now in effect on the nation's two biggest trading partners, Canada and Mexico, as President Trump gets ready to address a joint session of Congress tonight.
It's going to be very costly for people to take advantage of this country.
The U.S. also increased tariffs on imports from China, bringing them to 20%. Each country has vowed to respond with tariffs of its own. But on Fox News, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent downplayed impacts to consumers.
I am highly confident that the Chinese manufacturers will eat the tariffs. Prices won't go up. With Canada and Mexico, I think we're in the middle of a transition.
But even some Republicans are worried.
Maine's economy is very integrated with Canada. Certain Maine products, such as lobster and blueberries, are often processed in Canada and then come back into the United States.
The president's address here on Capitol Hill also comes as the Trump administration paused military aid to Ukraine following Friday's contentious meeting with President Zelensky.
The president has been very clear he wants the Ukrainians to come to the negotiating table. I think when the Ukrainians come to the negotiating table, everything is on the table.
President Trump's domestic agenda is also expected to be front and center tonight, including efforts to shrink the size of the federal government, with over 25,000 layoffs so far.
Firing federal workers who do cancer research and Alzheimer's research, that does not make us a stronger country or a stronger government.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren is among the Democrats who have invited fired federal workers as special guests tonight. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
You can watch President Trump's address at 9 right here on the CBS Miami stream, Pluto TV, and the CBS News app.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside at downtown Miami, some gusty showers today across South Florida. We're also tracking a big change in temperatures. Next Weather Chief Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera.
Hey, Naja, yeah, a lot going on. In fact, the heaviest rain we've had in quite some time. This is great for the drought, not so much for getting around town here. And the gusts have been quite impressive here. 30, 35 mile an hour wind gusts right now in Fort Lauderdale. Let's get you close up and on Next Weather radar. You can see some pockets of heavier downpour. Now, this downpour now beginning to push in off the bay, off Key Biscayne, and now into portions of UM, Coral Gables, downtown, even as far west as Doral. But this little cell here putting down some heavy rainfall. This will continue to move off to the west, but the weekend, so this is not going to be an all-day rain situation. But Hialeah, Miami Lakes, getting some pockets of moderate rainfall. And we have another batch that is making a beeline here for the coast. You can see that orientation southeast to northwest, and that little arm of moisture is going to be pushing in over the next several hours. So as we mentioned yesterday, umbrellas for today before things will begin to wind down. Next Weather Rain Tracker will see that intensity and the coverage both coming down for the rest of the evening, so we're looking much better. Look at what it's done to the temperature. 70 degrees right now. That is rain-cooled air in at the airport, 75 in Homestead. So the showers will continue, but then end as we hit through tonight. I think we'll have a little bit more tomorrow, but tomorrow a lot more sunshine, and it is going to be a warm and breezy day ahead of our cold front. So we're talking mid-80s tomorrow, and then that roller coaster temperature ride that we're going to be taking, buckle up. That's going to be something here with temperatures in the mid-80s, then mid-50s, then mid-80s, back and forth the next few days. Mid-50s would be morning lows, not daytime highs. That would be something. Isolated showers again tomorrow. There comes the front. Front itself won't have that much moisture with it, so a few showers. I think coverage at best 20% for tomorrow. And then Thursday we turn cooler, but the coldest part of this whole thing is coming Thursday night, and we wake up on Friday morning with temperatures in the low to mid 50s. In fact, some of us, the potential is there for some upper 40s. So this is one of the coldest air masses we've had, and it may be the last hurrah for winter here as we start warming up. So 72 overnight low tonight, then 55, and then we'll get back to average temperatures here coming up. And a huge swing, as you would imagine, with the humidity as well. So we're humid now with the rainfall, then we're dipping into arid and then coming back up. So it's going to be, again, roller coaster stuff here as far as all the elements, humidity included. There's Next Weather Rain Tracker. record for you. Wednesday, you'll see, again, not much action. Couple showers here through the midday, and then that's the actual front coming in, but it's not going to have much punch as far as precip, as far as moisture. So we're looking pretty good as that goes here. Low 70s for tonight, a balmy day tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid 80s. Low 80s across the Keys, and then this, right, coming up for Friday morning with temperatures in the low to mid 50s. We'll stay in the 60s down into the Keys. As far as the rainfall tomorrow, we'll have showers throughout the morning and then a few breaks in the afternoon before we get that temperature back in the mid 80s. Check out this 7 day. It's all over the place here. Upper 70s after the front comes through. Then we crash into the 50s Friday morning, upper 70s, and then the weekend, a complete turnaround. Southerly winds. That is the highest temperature I forecasted so far in 2025. 87 degrees with it feels like probably in the low 90s for Sunday with rain chances right at 20% as we switch the clocks, and then cooler for early next week.
Temperatures really all over the place. Ivan, thank you. A deadly crash between a tractor trailer and motorcycle tied up the Palmetto Expressway during morning rush and throughout the day. CBS News Miami's Peter Dinch has more on the crash and the drivers that were stuck in traffic.
Traffic was backed up here in the southbound lanes of the Palmetto Expressway for more than 5 hours because of this accident. This is a view from above the highway. Traffic was shut down in those southbound lanes as drivers were diverted and taken off the highway at Northwest 67th Avenue in Miami Lakes. We spoke with people stuck in this traffic.
It's a big mess, and whoever has to go to work is going to get very late.
The Florida Highway Patrol says a motorcyclist lost control and fell off his motorcycle, and while he was on the highway, a tractor trailer hit him. FHP says he died on the scene. This is cell phone video from the Palmetto of that tractor trailer. FHP says it happened at 5:40 in the morning. The southbound lanes were finally reopened by 11:15, some 5.5 hours later, after this tractor trailer was towed away.
It's terrible. Traffic in Miami is terrible. We don't know what we have to do now.
I spoke with an attorney for the company that owns the tractor trailer. She was here on the scene. She told me she had no comment. Meanwhile, FHP says there is now a traffic homicide investigation, and because of that, it is too early to say if there will be a citation or not in this case. In Miami Lakes, Peter Dench, CBS News, Miami.
And now to an emergency landing in Pembroke Pines. A small plane skidded to a stop on its belly when the landing gear failed. CBS News Miami's Maribel Rodriguez reports.
The good news here, no injuries were reported, and that plane was removed about 3 hours after it made its emergency landing here at North Perry Airport. Now, this is an airport that's used mainly for training purposes and aircraft maintenance. Now, Chopper 4 is actually stationed here. This is where they fly in and out, and they were able to get a shot of that plane from up above. It's actually, we're told it is a Beechcraft Bonanza. It's a single engine aircraft and carries up to 6 passengers. It has a retractable landing gear, and for some reason, according to the FAA and Pembroke Pines Fire, the pilot had landing gear issues when he called in just after 9:40 this morning, making an emergency landing on one of the runways here at North Perry Airport without its landing gear, the plane landing on its belly. Now, back here on the ground, you can see that plane has been removed once again about 3 hours after it made that landing, and it was actually this crane that we see right now that actually helped carefully remove the plane, and it was towed to one of the hangars here at North Perry Airport. The FAA is continuing to investigate exactly how and why this happened at North Perry Airport. Maribel Rodriguez, CBS News, Miami.
And now to a rescue at a house fire in Miami. A woman was pulled out after flames broke out inside a 2-story duplex. But we are learning some of the pets did not make it out. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner was there.
Monday night, Alexis Sheffield and her boyfriend were watching TV when they heard sirens.
We just went out on the balcony because, I mean, it's a direct view from being able to see it, and just that outdoor patio area was up in flames.
She captured this video showing that patio area on the 2nd floor up in flames. City of Miami Fire Rescue said when firefighters arrived on scene, they heard a woman yelling from the 2nd floor. So they grabbed the ladder. Sheffield captured that moment too.
All we saw was them go in and then come out with the woman, and that was the first thing they did. They didn't even turn on the hose before the woman came out, and then they, stamped out the fire. I didn't know what they would prioritize, saving the people inside or getting the fire out, I mean, it was just interesting to see how they prioritized it.
Then she watched as firefighters pulled 2 dogs out of the unit.
I'm shocked that they got the dogs out, because in that sense that it's always going to be the human life first, and they were still so calm, but there was still a lot of yelling.
She's amazed at how quickly they worked under pressure.
Once you see it, you're like, you got priorities other than just, fighting the fire. So it makes you grateful for the first responders, because it was intense.
Miami Fire Rescue shared these photos with us. They said the elderly female resident was transported to the hospital for smoke inhalation and is in stable condition. Unfortunately, 2 cats did not survive the smoke inhalation, and several birds are missing.
And that was Morgan Reiner reporting. She says the American Red Cross is helping the displaced woman. And when we come back, an update on Pope Francis's health. Stay with us. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. We have an update now on Pope Francis's health. The Vatican says the pontiff is breathing without a mask and ventilator. The Pope suffered an acute respiratory crisis on 2 separate occasions yesterday. The Pope is reportedly vigilant and aware, but doctors say it's too soon to tell if he's going to get better or worse, but he'll definitely not lead Ash Wednesday services tomorrow. In New Orleans, people are celebrating Fat Tuesday. As the saying goes, laissez le bon temps rouler, let the good times roll. It is the biggest party of the year, but weather is canceling some Mardi Gras events, and security is at the highest levels in state history. It's following the New Year's Day car ramming attack. For the first time, New Orleans Mardi Gras is rated Tier 1, and that is the highest threat assignment rating the federal government can assign. And new menu changes started today at Starbucks. The company got rid of 13 drinks, including several frappuccinos. Starbucks says the drinks are being removed because they're not big sellers and they take a long time to make. Officials say the change will help speed up customer service. Well, that does it for your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.